So, like I was saying, my mom and I, we was at a rough patch, right? So I call my friend and I'm like, hey, I'm going through this, blah, blah, this is what happened, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, so forth. So I give her the whole rundown. Oh, come over here. You don't have to go through that. Come over here. Just come over here. Come over here. I'm like, okay. So I go. At that time, I had my first child already. So I go over there. Everything seemed to be cool. I'm talking, and I'm also very emotional in the moment. And I'm just telling everything that's happening. And in the moment, it seemed that I had somebody that I could lean on. Going through that, it felt like okay, like I have somebody right now that I can like just I can just let go, and I don't have to like really be going over this over and over again and just taking the space that I needed. So then I didn't stay with her for too long. I actually ended up going over by my aunt. But before I went over to my aunt's house, here's what happened. So it was like a few things that was happening, and I will say this. Like I said, when we was growing up, it was a lot of like to me, like if my friend have like a shirt, I'm like, oh, you know what? Like I like this shirt, and I'm like, oh, I want to wear this shirt. I'm gonna wear this shirt, or vice versa. If one of my friends want to borrow something from me, whatever. Like I don't know. As kids, stuff like that didn't bother me, but apparently this friend was bothered by it, and she was talking about it to the guy. So that's where all of the oh, give her back her shirt, give her back her earrings, give her back this, because she was telling the people, oh, she's wearing my stuff, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that, all along those lines. So I'm like, okay, as a kid, as an adult, I can say, like, I understand now, like, people being in your personal stuff is goddamn annoying. Like, I can honestly say, and I told y'all this whole video is about taking accountability. So the things that I did wrong, I am going to say it. I am just going to put it out there. That is annoying. So I can understand that. I'm like, as a kid, that was not in my mind. As an adult, I understand that is annoying. Somebody just coming in and using your stuff or taking your stuff, or like, I really get that. The thing that I had an issue with was the whole going behind my back and talking about me to somebody else, and then that person was talking to that new girl that they were with, and then the new girl was coming to me and telling me these things. So I was like, okay, this is it's funny moving. But I was like, okay, so fast forward, I'm gonna get back into the point where I was going through it, and then I was staying with her for I don't know. I don't even know if it was I don't know if it was a week or two. I don't know. I don't really remember to be honest. But I remember this particular night. My boyfriend at the time, we were sitting in his car, and we were just talking. Sorry guys, we were just sitting in his car and we were just talking. And then I see them go inside of the house. So I'm like, okay, like we still just talking, vibing out for a bit before I go back in the house. Well, go in the house because I don't know if I was coming from work or if I was coming from school. I don't know which one I was coming from, but again, I was sitting in a car and my boyfriend had dropped me back off to her house. So I'm there, and I'm like, ring the bell, 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 ring, and I'm ringing the bell for like some time. Like I'm ringing, I'm just like, they just went in the house, so like I know you guys home. I seen you walk through the door. Like why you not answering the door? So I'm like ring the bell. At this time, boyfriend at the time, he already drove off. So I'm like, okay. I'm like ring the bell, ring the bell. Then I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, like you just went in the house like 5 minutes ago. I don't think you sleep, But I'm also feeling like, should I keep ringing the bell? Should I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, I run the bell a few times more. And then now again, because I'm already in this emotional state, I'm like, I start getting emotional. I'm like arguing with my family. I came here for like emotional support, and I'm like, it just, in that moment, it just felt like my world was crashing, and I didn't know what to do or how to react, and all that was left in me to do was cry because I didn't know what else to do. So I walk away from the house. I actually walk back to my house, my mom's house, but I didn't go upstairs. I didn't ring the bell. I just stood in front of the building. And again, I'm like really spilling this to y'all because like I've never ever said this out loud. Like I've never spoken this, and now it's like I feel like it's necessary. So I go back and I sat in front of my mom's house, and again, it's late, right? It's maybe about 9 o'clock at night. I didn't even call um Darrell. I didn't even call him yet and tell him what was happening. I didn't say anything. I was so emotional, and I was like, pull yourself together. That's what was in my head. That's what I felt like I needed to do in that moment. Before I called anybody, before I reached out to anybody, I was like, pull yourself together. And in that moment, I had a whole conversation to myself like, you will never give anybody the opportunity to pull the rug from underneath you like that. Ever. Ever, ever in your life would you allow somebody to leave you out like that. You will never do that again. And after I was done crying and wipe my face and pull myself together in front of my mom's house, my mom didn't even know I was downstairs. I didn't even call my mom and be like, oh, I'm downstairs. I didn't. One, I had a lot of pride. I had a lot of pride. I still do. But I had a lot of pride, and I couldn't call. I couldn't call and say, I am just outside. Nobody is answering the door for me. All my stuff is still in her house. I can't go to my mom's house because we were at odds. There's nothing I could do right now. So when I finally pulled myself together, I called Darrell. I told Darrell like what's going on. I've been outside. I don't even know how long I was outside for. It was a minute. But once it started getting late, I was like, okay, I gotta call him, and like he's just gonna have to come back and pick me up. So he did. Call him and let him know. And again, even when he picked me up, I am distraught. Like I am so distraught. I'm like, oh, I don't know why they're not answering the door. Like, I know that they're home. I don't know, but whatever. And it's like it's a mixture of being angry, being hurt, having your own issues and at home. So I was dealing with a lot of things all at one time. Y'all gotta understand. I was in my young 20s because, like I said, I already had my daughter. So I was in my young 20s, and my daughter was already at Darrell's house. So get to Darrell's house, boom, like I go to sleep because I don't know if y'all ever been crying for so much. After you cry for so long, you're tired. So that's what it was. I was sleepy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to bed. All right, I'm gonna make a part 5. I think yeah, this is part 4, so I'm gonna make a part 5 to finish this story.